Have you ever felt like you're trying to make friends or find someone to love, but every time you try, it feels like you're hitting a brick wall? No matter how hard you try, it always seems like something is putting people off, and you wonder, why is this happening to me? I get it, because often, that's how things unfold. And the truth is, there might be habits and behaviors you have, but don't even realize, that are pushing people away. Let's explore this feeling of frustration together. Before we continue, take a quick look and see if you're subscribed to the channel, because here we will bring a series of videos to help take care of your mental health and transform these feelings. Imagine that every time you try to get closer to someone, an invisible barrier forms between you, causing people to distance themselves, even when you just want to be friends or find someone special. The problem is, sometimes, instead of seeing this barrier, we focus only on what we're doing wrong, not realizing that our actions and words might be creating these invisible walls. Today, we're going to talk about some of these habits and behaviors that, unintentionally, might be making it harder for you to make friends or find love. And don't worry, this isn't about shaming anyone. We all have something to improve on, and understanding what might be wrong is the first step toward making positive changes. So, let's explore these habits, understand how they affect the people around us, and how we can improve so that we can open doors instead of building invisible walls. You might not have realized it, but let's take a closer look at some common behaviors that are leaving people feeling discouraged. Some of these habits can be so subtle that we don't even notice. Sometimes we're trying to be friendly, or we even make jokes about ourselves, but in reality, this can create the wrong impression. Or, we try so hard to please everyone that we forget to be ourselves, and that can make people lose interest. So, if you've ever felt like you're trying to connect with someone and always hitting a wall, maybe it's time to take a closer look at what could be going on. Is there something you can change, just a little, to make a big difference? Let's find out together. 1. Constantly comparing yourself to others. This happens when you feel like you're not good enough and compare yourself to others all the time. For example, saying, he's better looking / smarter than me, or I'll never be as good as so-and-so. Imagine you have a friend who is great at sports, and you keep comparing yourself with them, saying, I'll never be good at this, I'm terrible at everything. People might notice that you're insecure, and this makes them feel uncomfortable. Nobody likes to feel inferior all the time. Instead of comparing, focus on your own accomplishments and qualities. Everyone has their own strengths, and you have yours. Had you heard about this behavior? Did you know it existed? Have you ever gone through this? Share in the comments if this has happened to you or if you know someone who's experienced it. 2. Talking about yourself all the time. When you always talk about your own stories, your achievements, or even your problems, without giving others a chance to share too. Imagine you're in a group of friends, and while everyone is talking about their vacations, you're only talking about your trips and never asking about others' vacations. People want to be heard too, and if you only talk about yourself, they may feel like you don't care about what they have to say. Listen to others attentively and show interest in their stories. Dialogue is an exchange, not a monologue. 3. Not apologizing when you're wrong. When you do something that hurts someone, but you don't apologize or try to make it right, even though you know the other person is upset. If you interrupted someone while they were talking and didn't apologize, even when you saw that the person was bothered, this can come off as indifferent or rude. Not apologizing when you're wrong makes people feel like you don't care about their feelings or don't acknowledge your mistakes. When you realize you've made a mistake, apologize sincerely. It shows empathy and respect for others. 4. Being too critical of others. Always pointing out others' flaws, whether it's their appearance, actions, or choices, as if you're always looking for something wrong with them. If someone shows up in a new outfit and you immediately say, that outfit isn't great, it doesn't suit you, this could hurt the person. Nobody likes being criticized all the time. This can make others feel bad and even insecure. Try to focus on others' qualities instead of their flaws. If you need to criticize, be constructive and gentle, offering suggestions respectfully. 5. Making jokes at the expense of others. Making jokes that embarrass someone or touch on something they can't change, like their body, their voice, or a flaw. Making a joke about someone's appearance, like saying, wow, you look like you didn't sleep all night, can make the person feel humiliated. Jokes at others' expense can hurt and make them feel diminished. Humor should be something everyone can laugh at together, without anyone feeling hurt. Try to make light-hearted jokes that don't involve anyone negatively. Remember, the fun should be shared by all. 6. Always seeking attention. Trying to be the center of attention all the time, interrupting others or showing off in an exaggerated way so that everyone looks at you. Imagine you're in a conversation with a group of friends, and every time someone speaks, you interrupt with something even more attention-grabbing, like, "Look what I did." Wanting to be the center of attention. This can be annoying because everyone wants their own moment to speak. When you seek attention all the time, people start to get tired and may pull away. Let others have their space to shine too, and remember that being interesting doesn't mean shouting for attention. 7. Not keeping promises. Making promises that you have no intention of keeping or, if you can't fulfill them, not even bothering to let the person know. Promising a friend that you'll help them with homework and then not showing up without any explanation. When you promise something and don't follow through, people start to lose trust in you. They might even think that you don't care. If you make a promise, strive to keep it. If something changes, notify them in advance and explain why you can't fulfill it, so the person knows you still respect them. 8. Being excessively dependent on others. Needing help all the time for everything, whether it's making decisions or having fun, without trying to figure things out on your own. You constantly ask for everyone's opinion on every choice, like what to wear or what to eat, without trying to decide for yourself. This can make people feel overwhelmed and sometimes frustrated, because everyone needs some time for themselves and can't be responsible for all your decisions. Excessively dependent people often don't look for solutions on their own and expect others to do it for them. This can be frustrating, especially for those who value independence and personal responsibility. Learn to trust yourself more and make your own decisions. People will admire your independence and ability to act on your own. 9. Being too negative. Always seeing the negative side of things, complaining all the time, and never trying to see a positive solution, like saying, "Nothing is going to work out," or "Why bother trying, it'll be a failure." When someone suggests something fun, you immediately respond with, "It won't be fun, it's always the same thing." Constant negativity is exhausting and demotivating. People like to be around those who are optimistic and try to see the good side of life. Negativity, while being a natural response for many people in difficult moments, can push others away because it tends to create an emotionally heavy and draining environment. People usually prefer relationships where there's emotional balance, support, and a more optimistic approach. When negativity becomes constant, it can lead to feelings of frustration and burnout, causing others to distance themselves to protect their own emotional well-being. To improve relationships, it's important to cultivate more positive attitudes, look for solutions instead of just pointing out problems, and be empathetic with others' feelings. Try to be more optimistic, even when things aren't going well. Focusing on solutions and the good things makes relationships lighter and more pleasant. 10. Speaking without thinking. Saying something without thinking about the consequences, not realizing that your words can hurt others' feelings. Imagine you're in a conversation and you say, "Wow, you've gotten fatter since before," not realizing that this could hurt the person. Words can hurt, even when that's not the intention. Speaking without thinking can make others feel bad and lose trust in you. When someone speaks without thinking, it can seem disrespectful or impersonal. Lack of consideration for others' feelings can make them feel unvalued or disrespected. When we speak impulsively, we can reveal secrets or private information without meaning to, which can break the trust people have in us. This can make others feel betrayed or uncomfortable. Impulsive speech, especially if it's filled with criticism, sarcasm, or judgment, can lead to arguments and conflicts that wouldn't have happened if we had thought before speaking. This can create a tense and draining environment. Before speaking, take a deep breath and think about the impact your words might have. Being kind and careful with your words helps create a respectful and friendly environment. How to adjust these behaviors for healthier relationships. Be more authentic and genuine in your interactions. Don't be afraid to show your true opinions and feelings. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. Your boundaries are important to maintain your emotional health and the respect of others. Value the people around you by showing interest and empathy for their experiences. This creates a stronger and more genuine bond. Practice self-compassion and self-affirmation. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy of love or friendship. Avoid constant comparison and celebrate the unique qualities of each person, including yourself. With small changes in your daily habits, you can open doors to healthier and more fulfilling relationships, building connections based on mutual respect, honesty, and authenticity. Remember, the best friendships and longest-lasting relationships happen when we are ourselves, without pretensions or exaggerations. Now tell me, did you learn something special from this message? Or do you have a tip on how to overcome obsessive thoughts? Share in the comments. And if you want more content to understand your feelings and grow, subscribe to the channel, like, and share. Thanks for watching this far. If you need help, know that you can count on me.